Hi everyone, my name's Kim McClure, and I am here to take you through what I do to get ready every morning with my makeup. I am a lacrosse fan, so I'm off to the lacrosse field today, but I wanted to share with you what I do. So I first started with my favorite Mary Kay skincare, which is our Time-Wise Volume Firm Repair. Now, I have been using Mary Kay on my face for 42 years, since I was 21 years old. I have not had anything else done to my face, and I swear by all of these products. So I use our repair, and I also use Mary Kay's Clinical Solutions Retinol and our Clinical Solutions Boosters, and our Deep Wrinkle Filler. So those are all my go-tos to get my skin prepped and ready. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take actually our Mary Kay finishing spray that we made in conjunction with Skindinavia, the world's best and leading finishing spray. And so they made one in conjunction with Mary Kay, and I'm just doing an X and a T on my face. And what this does is it sets my face, and it's going to help to hold my makeup on better for me. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to, that's 18, I believe. Then we're going to go to our I can't talk this morning. Wait, let me have another sip of coffee here. So this is our foundation primer with an SPF of 15. It is a silicone primer. You only need kind of like a pea size of it. And I'm just going to dot it on my face and then smooth it all around, always going up and out, doing the opposite of gravity. Except when it comes to foundation. On foundation, your last pass, you want to come down, so any little fine facial hair will stay down for you. Our foundation primer is 20, okay? Next, I'm going to take our foundation brush here, and I'm going to use our CC cream. Now, Mary Kay makes 5 different kinds of foundation. I'm going to show you 3 of them today and how I use them. I like to layer my foundation when I'm going to be going from early morning to late evening, and I want my face to look absolutely amazing all day. The first secret is skincare, because when you use everything from the same skincare company, then everything's balanced at the same pH level together. And that makes your makeup last for longer for you. Also, our moisturizers, all of Mary Kay's moisturizers, last for at least 12 hours, where most other companies are 8 to 10 hours. When a moisturizer starts to break down, it's just like a cake starting to break down. Everything starts to fall on your face. And so you can look midday in the mirror and go, why does my makeup not look so hot? Well, it's probably 8 to 10 hours since you put your moisturizer on. So I'm going to use our liquid foundation brush, and I'm taking our medium to deep CC cream. And then I'm tanning, been out in the sun, in Florida. So my body is tanner than my face because I always wear SPF and I always wear a hat. Now, I didn't when I was younger. And so I'm going to take 1 squirt of our deep CC cream and put a little dot on here, maybe just a little more, just to give me a little bit more color. And I'm going to show you what I do. And then I'm going to take and I dot this on my face all over. And then I'm going to swirl it around so it blends it together. Most of us have a summer foundation shade and a winter foundation shade who live in the north or the northeast. And so this is my summer shade, is the deep, and I'm just going to kind of titrate it. So as my body gets tanner, I'll back off on the medium to deep and add more of the deep. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put my foundation primer on my eyelids as well. I like to do that. So I'm just going to put a little dab of that on my eyelids. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take my foundation brush and just put a little bit there as well. Okay. So that's layer 1 for me. Now, CC cream is complexion correction. It has 8 skin loving benefits. I do like a little bit more coverage here. I have a little bit of sun damage. And so I do like a little bit more coverage here. This does have buildable coverage, but it is very sheer. So buildable means you can go back and put a little bit more on, and it will give you more coverage without looking cakey. our foundations, the CC Cream and our Matte Wear and Luminous Wear foundations are all buildable. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do our Luminous Wear Time-Wise 3D foundation. So it has the 3D complex in it, which has resveratrol and vitamin B3, which is a brightener and also a peptide. And so it's the most anti-aging foundation that Mary Kay makes. This is 25. The CC Cream was 22. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to dot this on my face. I know this sounds so funny, right? Going to dot it on my face. And then I'm going to use my blending brush. It looks like a sponge, but it's actually a brush. This is 16, and I'm going to just swirl it around on my face. I love using brushes to do my foundation because it just kind of makes your makeup more fun, and it helps you to blend it all out better for you for a more flawless, airbrushed kind of application on things. Now you'll notice I didn't use any concealer because the Mary Kay skincare has a lot of brighteners in it. And so I will use a little bit of our under eye corrector here once I've got my foundation on. And sometimes I don't even do that, you guys. I kind of forget sometimes. So I'm just blending this around. Remember, last pass comes down on your makeup. Okay, and I'm also going to take and I love this brush, the shape of it, because it's really good to put it on your eyebrows. Now, how do you know your right foundation shade? Well, the CC Cream's pretty easy because it comes very light, light to medium, medium to deep, deep, and very deep. So if you're super, super tan or bronze skin, you're going to be in deep to very deep. If you're really Snow White, you're probably going to be in the very light. And then if you're really just kind of fair, but not really a lot of color to your face, you're probably going to be in the light to medium. And then if you're just maybe starting to tan, or you're kind of have some, if you're a beige in skin tone, then you're going to probably be in the medium to deep. For liquid foundation, Mary Kay makes a foundation quiz on your consultant's website. So go hit her website, go take the quiz, and then she can get you a couple samples, and you can stripe test them, or she can stripe test. It's always better to have somebody else's opinion. But I will tell you, when you stripe with our Time-Wise foundation here, what you want to do is you want to put it on and you want to blend it in and let it dry, because just like paint, when you paint a wall, it looks different once it dries. This is the same way with this foundation. And then I do recommend that you have some skin here and then maybe you put, if you've got two colors you're testing, you put the other one there, blend it in. That's why it's good to have somebody else's opinion. And I will also tell you that your foundation blends and looks better when you use Mary Kay skincare. If you're all by yourself though, and you got to check foundation, never do it here, because this is not the same color as our face, right? And so you want to either do it stripes on your chin or stripes on your forehead. Okay. All right. So now we've got the CC Cream on, we've got the liquid foundation. Now I'm going to put on our silky powder. And I actually have mine in a travel container because I'm getting ready to go out of town. And so I am going to take a big fluffy brush, and I've loaded it up with my powder, and I'm going to just take and swirl this around on my face. I like this because it just adds, again, a little bit more coverage for me. I tend to like, but I don't like my makeup. I don't want you to see my makeup. So I don't want you to equate more coverage with heavy look. It does not when you use Mary Kay's. I'm just putting different kinds on because it's giving me different effects, and it's adding to the longevity of my foundation, okay? And if you're somebody like me, when you read out in the sun and so your neck is whiter, this powder is awesome to put on your neck too as well. Or you can even brush it on your décolleté if you want to add a little bit more color to it, okay? And then once we know your liquid foundation, we can give you transitions into all of our other colors for our setting powders, silky powders, cream to powder. We've got it all for you. Okay, so now I've got this done. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to take our finishing spray and I'm going to spritz my face again. This just feels like water, so it's very, very refreshing too on my face. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our under eye corrector. This is like sleep in a bottle. Everybody needs one of these. There's 16, and I'm just going to put it here to get a base on my eyeshadow, because we all have little veins and just the skin there is a little different color. So I'm going to take this and put it on my eyelids. Okay. And then I'm also going to take this under eye corrector. I'm going to use it as a highlighter once I've got my blush on, but I'm going to just take and put a little bit right here in the inner corner of my eyes. Okay. And I am going to just go ahead and, sorry, I got this mirror. I should have had it set. Oop, got a little eyelash that's there. But I'm just going to do it here in the inner corner. Now, the brushes that I'm using are all Mary Kay. Some of them have different colored handles because I've been with the company for so long and used the products for so long. And once you buy Mary Kay brushes, they will last you a lifetime. Can you see how much that brightened up and how it made my little tiny puffiness much less puffy? Okay. This is our Mary Kay brush collection. It comes in this cute little pouch. So it's got all kinds of places you could put your foundation in here. And it comes with 5 brushes. The 5 brushes plus the container are 56. So you get a big fluffy powder brush, you get a cheek brush, and you get 3 eye brushes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with our all over eye brush. And this is my palette that I'm using. Looks like this. Okay. And opens up, and this is all magnetic in here. So you can put your own colors in that you like. You can see it's a little dirty. Sorry, you're getting me with my real stuff, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use our Biscotti, and I'm going to take, and wherever you start your application of color is where you're going to get your most intense color. For most colors, we want our most intense color out here at the outer corner and at the side of our cheek. But for the all over color, which I'm using as the Biscotti, I want to definitely get as much lightness in the inner corner of my eye. Now, my eye shape is a hooded shape, meaning when I look straight on at you, you really don't see much of my eyelid. So one of my best tricks is to make sure that I keep my eyelid light, because the principles of makeup is light pushes forward and dark recedes. So I started with my all over base color. I am going to also I got a little bit here of our sandstone and put a little bit of that up underneath my brows. Sometimes I don't do color up underneath my brow, but it just really finishes it off nicely. And the secret to working with more than one color is blending. So I'm going to use our blending brush, and I'm just going to smooth that all out. And I'm going to come up here underneath my brows. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking my eye crease brush, okay, and I'm going to use my contour color. Now, the contour color is what goes on your brow bone. And it's usually skin tone. Maybe it's a little pinkish. Unless you're doing really fun colors, then you might have maybe a purple or something there. I'm going to start on my brow bone at the outer corner, and I'm going to come in and come back out here, okay? And this is always interesting doing this on camera like this. And so you can see it's not really in my crease. It's kind of above my crease, because remember, I wanted to push my eyelid out and I wanted to push this part back so that it looks like I have more eyelid. Can you see that on here? Like how it starts to really shape my eye and give my eyes some definition on that. And I'm going to go to my other handheld mirror here just to kind of check it out a little bit more up close. So I'm just swiping it back and forth. I'm also going to take this color. This is hazelnut. It's my very favorite color on everybody who has ivory beige skin tones. And so I put it down here to the outer corner, brought it up. And remember the secret, blending, right? So I'm going to blend, blend, blend. Okay, next I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over on the other side, do the same thing, start at the outer corner, come in and go back and forth, back and forth. Now, if you want more color, you're better to layer more color on than just put a whole gob of color on, because that gets really messy. And so you're better to layer colors over each other for more intensity. And then I'm going to blend. Blend, blend, blend. Now, for many times, if I was just not really going to do anything, I would maybe just have these two eye colors on, and that would be it. Or if you're just learning. The other thing I love about these colors like biscotti and hazelnut is they're great learning colors for people. But they also look great when you know what you're doing too. So the third thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my smudger brush, okay, and they all say the names on them. So it says Eye Smudger here. This is, again, one of the brushes that comes in the set. I'm going to use my third color. I'm using this color right here, which is Cinnabar. And I'm going to layer it over. Remember, I said layer more color to get more intensity. I'm going to layer it here right over, and I'm kind of patting it on. And then I'm going to drop it down here, down to the outer corner of my eye. So it's kind of like a V, but on me, it's kind of like a 7. So you have to kind of work with the eye shape that you have. And I'm doing it a little bit more exaggerated just so you all can see it. And then I'm going to drop it down here, outer corner. Take that up maybe a little higher. There we go. Okay. Now you got to blend. Otherwise, you look really weird, right? So I'm going to blend. And I'm blending very softly, you guys, because if you press hard, you're just going to press the color in, and it's not going to look as nice for you. So I'm blending and I'm blending. If you feel like, oh, I over blended, you could always go back and put more color on, okay? But look at the difference now from one eye to the other once we've blended. Again, I'm going to blend here, blend, 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 blend. Each of our eye colors are $8. And you guys, one of the things I love about being a Mary Kay consultant is that I get tutorials from the company on how to do makeup. We have little videos. We also have, the company has makeup artists that teach us. We actually have a certification that you can take when you're a brand new consultant, or anytime you want to go back and brush up on makeup or skincare or product knowledge, so that you can be skincare certified, you can be clinical solutions certified, you can be color certified, and that's all free when you become a Mary Kay consultant. It's only $35 to become a consultant. So I always say, women who become consultants look better than all their friends do, just because you get like all the inside scoop and secrets and tips. The other thing that happens, though, is we have a couple makeup artists who only use Mary Kay, or predominantly use Mary Kay, and they have special classes for us as well. Some of them are free, some of them are like $15, and it's like a 2-hour class. And they teach you all kinds of wonderful tips. I'm going to show you one of them in just a minute. This is our waterproof eyeliner. Now, some women pull out like this and they line. When I do that, it never looks nice. It always looks bumpy, because usually if your eyeliner looks bumpy, it means that you have multiple rows of eyelashes. And so you want to, I do better by pulling up to tighten the skin here. And then I'm going to just take, and these new eyeliners are so creamy, they just glide on. And I'm kind of doing dashes, not doing one whole line, okay? And then I'm going to come from the outer corner in, and I'm going to check in the mirror because I think I have a little hole right there. Maybe, maybe not. But these liners are so creamy, and then once they're on, you guys. Okay, so you can see how liner defines your lash line and makes your lashes look thicker for you. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now, you can wing your liner, but that's a whole nother tutorial. I'm just doing basic right now, okay? All right, so I've got that on. Now I'm going to come and I'm going to do my lower lashes. Do you have to do your lower lash line? No. But if you're going to do your lower lash line, you have to do your upper lash line. Otherwise, makeup's going to look dated. And that's, people always say, why do companies discontinue colors? It's to keep you from looking dated, you guys. Because otherwise, we'd all be wearing the same color that we wore maybe, when we were in college. So I'm just burying this right here in my lash line. Okay, there we go. You can see how much bigger that starts to open up my eye and define. And I'm using deep brown. Women over 40 should use deep brown instead of black because black is just so, whoops, so harsh. And it makes us look more tired. So use a deep brown. You get the definition, but it's much more gentle for us, okay? Here's one of my makeup artist tips. I'm going to use our brow pencil. And my one friend, Lori Hogg, said you want to outline your brows. So you want to start and you want to do the bottom part of your brow. Okay. And then you want to do the top of your brow. So right at the top of your brow here. Brows totally frame your face. Wait till you just see what's going to happen here, okay? And then you can fill in. And so you're just drawing always little strokes as if you're coloring in the hair that is already there, you guys. Color in those little hairs. Okay. One eye, not. Can you see the difference? How much better? Now your brows, you want them to start in line with your nose. You want them to end from the corner of the nose to the corner of your eye to your eyebrow. And generally they peak about at the middle of your pupil, but you can't change your brow arch. So mine doesn't really. My brow arch is way back here. So you just have to go with it, okay? Also, you guys, brows are not twins, they're sisters. So they will never match completely. Very few people in our world have symmetrical faces, meaning if you could put a line down the middle of their face and fold it over, that it would match exactly. Usually the people who are the closest to that are supermodels. And that's one of the things that makes women look extra attractive is the symmetry of their face. Okay, so I lined the bottom, I lined the top, and now I'm just going back and filling in here. Moving a little faster, just trying to keep this video from being so long. There we go, okay? So our brow pencils are 14. If you want to buy any of our brushes open stock, you can. They're each about, the eye brushes are each about 12. Now I'm going to use, we make a brow gel, which I could totally just use brow gel, but we also make a brow tint. And some women just use brow tint instead of brow pencil. Oops, excuse me. And so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add, this is brunette pencil and brunette tint. I have a couple little grayish hairs here. And so the brow tint, I do go over it and my brow pencil catches most of it, but the brow tint just does a little bit of extra definition and just gets them all in that same brunette color. So just a little tip that I love. I forgot my mascara, you guys. I do lash extensions on my top, but I do mascara on my bottom. And I left my waterproof mascara is what I wear every day of Mary Kay's. I left that upstairs. So, okay, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to do my blush. Now, Mary Kay's blush brush is amazing. It's kind of like having 3 brushes in one. You've got this part of your brush, you've got the dome part, and you've got the edge part. So I'm going to use the pushier part, the middle part here. And I have in here Juicy Peach, which is one of my favorites. I love Juicy Peach and Shy Blush because they go with everything and they kind of give you that healthy glow. I also, Rogue Rose is one of my favorites if you want something a little bit more on the pinky side. Any color that's warmed up will make your complexion look clearer and brighter. So a warmer tone color, many of our colors are made that way on purpose. So remember I said we want where you put your brush down is where you're going to get your most intense color, and that's going to draw the attention of your eye there. Well, none of us want the attention on our nose. Well, I'm going to guess none of us do. So we really want our attention out here, and we want, when we put our color and start here, it kind of gives you like a mini facelift, okay? And so I'm going to start here at the top of my cheekbone, and I'm going to come down, okay? And then I'm going to swirl it around. So I'm going to go down and come up, down and come up. And again, if you put too much color on, you can always go back. You could take the silky powder, you could take our setting powder and just go over that lightly, okay? And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to go down, up. Oops, see, I got a lot of color there. That was not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to take our clear translucent powder, and I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to, it's always so interesting when you're doing this on a camera, right? That something's not going to go exactly the way that you want it to. Okay. So I'm going to take and I'm going to bring that down and come back up, down and up. Okay. Let's see here. I gotta just, woo, I got a lot. Oh my goodness. I never put that much blush on there, but now you're gonna watch me go to work on it. So I'm lightly buffing over it. I'm also going to, that looks better already. I'm gonna take my bronze silky setting powder and I'm going to go over that as well. Just kind of tone it down a little. Somebody tell me this happens to you from time to time too, right? You're like, woo, I got a lot of color there. Didn't mean to. So, okay, there we go. That's good. That'll make it, because I'm going to put on some of my under eye corrector. You're going to see what's going to happen here too. So, but I want to show you this when I finish. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this edge of that cheek brush and I'm going to use my contouring color, which is Latte here. And so it comes Latte and Cocoa, and you can see it right here. I'm going to tap it on my hand. Oh, that's what I didn't do. I did my blush. I didn't tap it on my hand, so I got a lot of extra color there. I'm going to contour my face. So when I contour my face, I'm going to do like a 3 here, and so that it pushes the outer edges of my face back so the inner part of my face can pop forward. White girls get more bang from contouring. Bronze skin girls get more bang from highlighting, but I'm going to do both. So I'm going to start up here. Okay, so you can see it's a little darker than my skin tone. I'm going to come down underneath here, and then I'm going to come here on the edge. I have a square-shaped face, so I want to push back the outer edges of it so that it makes the center, the oval, pop out. So can you see, like, this kind of looks flat, and this starts to have more dimension. This part looks heavier in here, and this part looks thinner in here. So I'm just going to add a little bit more here. I'm going to add a little there. Okay. And I'm going to do this just on half my face so that, whoops, you can see the finished difference from one side to the other. Because not everybody goes, oh, I don't want to take time to contour. I don't want to take time to highlight. So I want to show you what that's actually going to look like. Okay. Now you can highlight with a lighter shade of foundation. You can contour with a darker shade. But I'm going to highlight. We also have a highlighter that has shimmer to it. But because I'm a little more interesting in age, you know, we say interesting is like 12 times 4, 12 times 5, 12 times 6. We get more texture on our face, and shimmer draws attention to texture. So if you noticed in my eyeshadow palette, I only have one shimmer, and I use it very sparingly because, again, shimmer is going to draw attention to texture. So I'm going to go ahead and dot this here on the top of my cheekbone. I'm going to dot it right here in my marionette area. I'm going to dot right here. Dot it on the center of my chin, the center of my nose, or the center of my lip, down the center of my nose. I'm also going to do kind of a martini glass. Now, I would normally do the other half, but I want to show you what this does, okay? You could blend with your fingers. I like to blend with my brush. So see, that's why I said I'm going to take care of this when I come back and highlight, because I'm going to smooch that out, smooth it out too. Okay, I'm going to put it in here. Remember, light brings forward, dark recedes. Light draws attention, and so we want to draw attention to the inner part of our face to make that oval pop forward. I'm going to contour one other place. And the other place I'm going to contour is right here on the side of my nose. There we go. Okay. Now, look at the difference. This side has highlighting and contouring on it. This side does not. Can you see? Like there's a huge difference from, and I don't even have mascara on. I don't have any lip color on yet, right? But I wanted to show you, it really is worth it and it really makes a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do that 3. The only face shape that should not contour is a very narrow face shape. So again, I'm gonna come up here. I wouldn't really even have to do my forehead because you don't really see it with my bangs. Bangs kind of help contour your face anyway. And then I'm going to come here underneath my color. Kind of also do it on the side here. And then down here on my jawbone. So here, here. So I'm kind of, when I'm doing the cheek part, I'm kind of cutting underneath my color. And then we're going to go back to that magic under eye corrector. Put a couple dots here, tone that baby down. And I got to do here and here. There we go. Okay. And we're going to see how that toned that right down. These little tricks that make a difference for us. Okay. Let me just take a peek here in the mirror. Still have a little bit more blush than I do on this side. This is so rare for me. Oh, so funny. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a touch more here to kind of even me out. There we go. Now I'm more even there. Okay, you guys. So the next thing that I'm gonna do, besides have a sip of coffee, is I'm going to do my lips. So I'm going to use Mary Kay's waterproof lip liner. This is our hot pink. I love this color. Ooh, it's almost down to the end. I need another one. Now, when I line my lips, I'm going to come from the outer corner in and the outer corner in. And that keeps me from getting those big wicked peaks that some women do. And then I'm going to come from bottom one side to the other. Some people like to line the middle of their lip and then they'll kind of connect the dots from the outer corner to the middle. It's up to you, whatever way you like to do it. Okay. Now, if you want your lips to look fuller, what you can do is you can build up your liner. Okay. Now that you've got your lips lined, you can build up your liner. So what I mean by that is making it a little thicker on the top part of it. So you're kind of like drawing more lip line on. If you want to make your lower lip bigger, you would do the same thing. Now I'm going to lightly fill my lips in with my liner. And I've left the center of my lips free because that's going to give it more of an ombre kind of look. And when you keep your center of your lips lighter, then it looks like your lips are fuller as well. That's also why when you put a little concealer or a little under eye corrector right there, it will make your lips look fuller if you put it right here on the bow of your lips. Now I am using Poetic Pink here. It's super creamy. It's part of our signature colors. And so voila. Now, if you have tiny lips, do not wear a dark color on your lips. Use a lighter color on your lips. It'll make your lips look fuller for you. Whenever you put something dark on, it makes your lips look more like little slits, okay? And nobody wants slits for lips, right? Okay, last thing I'm gonna do, 2 things. I'm gonna use our Silky Setting Powder. I'm going to finger powder. So I've put color here, or powder. I'm going to mix them together so there's just a little bit of color, and I'm going to come underneath my eyes here. Because we don't want a lot of powder underneath our eyes. Again, it draws more attention to texture, okay? And then I'm going to take my big fluffy brush here, got my powder. I'm going to tap it. I'm going to swirl it around in my cap here just to blend it. And I'm going to put it on all over my face. I usually do this before I even put my lipstick on. But this is like putting a 3D filter. It just blends everything beautifully. It keeps shine down for you as well. There we go. And then I'm going to show you one other product that's my very favorite. And this is Mary Kay's Beauty Blotters. And so if you find that you get shiny throughout the day, or you just want to freshen up your face, you can take and you press this on. And it will absorb any oils that your skin produces. Even dry skin, you guys, produces oils, okay? So I've just made my foundation more matte by using this. I wear a luminous foundation, but by blotting, I just made it more of a matte foundation. So again, now I just gave myself another kind of look of foundation from a $8 pack of Beauty Blotters. These are rice tissues, and so they are great. Did you ever see anybody with pressed powder and they've been using it a while and having it in a compact and it's hard, like you can see like weird marks in it? Well, that's because the oils on their brushes are getting in the powder. So if you're ever using a pressed powder, you always want to blot first so that the oils go on this and not on your brushes, okay? And then the last step of this is finishing spray again. So do a T, do an X, and now I am ready for the day. You guys, I will not touch up my makeup at all throughout the day, except for putting on a little bit of lip color. But with this waterproof lip color, waterproof eyeliner, waterproof lip liner, 14 bucks, lining it and filling your lips in, oh my gosh, your color stays on. It's crazy. Unless you constantly chew your lips. So you guys, talk to your Mary Kay beauty consultant about these amazing products. Our palettes come in 3 different sizes. There's a big jumbo one that's up in my bathroom that I have all my colors in. That empty, I think, is 28. This empty, I think, is 20. You know, we changed prices, and so I just don't have them committed. Let me tell you exactly so that we know what those prices are. So the palette is 28. Looks like this. Look at all those eyeshadows, cheek colors, contours, highlighters. Then we have the Perfect palette, which is the one I just showed you, is 20. And then we have a Petite palette, which is 10. That just holds 4 eye colors for you, okay? And so I love that you can mix and match and interchange your colors and be able to take what you want. I'm going on vacation. This is all I'm taking for my colors with me, because I won't wear a ton of makeup, but I'll wear a little when my husband and I go out to dinner, because I want to look pretty for him. The last thing I guess I'll show you is how to take this look and just amp it up just a little bit more. So I'm going to take and I'm going to add this darker color right here, which is mahogany. And I'm just going to put this over here at the outer corner. Gosh, I love our brushes and our colors. These colors are super packed with pigment, but they don't have fallout. You know, fallout is where you do put your color on and you're like, gosh, I got like eyeshadow here. That's fallout. These do not have that. And because they're super pigmented, you guys, you use just such a small amount that they last forever. Okay, blending, right? So I'm going to blend, blend, blend. And I'm blending out and in. I'm not blending out because I don't want that color to come out this way. I'm just blending in. Okay, there we go. And now I'll come back and kind of soften and blend it. There we go. Just added a little bit more to amp that up with my colors. So thank you for supporting your Mary Kay girl. If you want to come and join us, it's only 35 bucks to do so, you guys. And one of the side benefits, which is why I started, was you get all the makeup that you want, all your Mary Kay at half off. And I thought, well, I'll just have, you know, my girlfriend came over and we did a facial and I thought it would be over. And she booked a party. And then she ended up wanting to join my team, you guys. So, it just started rolling for me, and I started to play around with it, and I ended up earning the use of a career car, becoming a sales director, replacing my income within my first 2 years. I used to be a nurse and a hospital administrator, and I worked 70 hours a week. And when I started Mary Kay, I was getting married. My husband-to-be had 2 children from his first marriage. It was like a ready-made family, you guys. I needed more freedom and flexibility. But what I found is that I love the confidence too. Besides the freedom and flexibility, I love the confidence that I was getting. That was helping me at my regular job. And guess what? The confidence made me feel happier and more positive. And who doesn't want to be happier and more positive, right? I love my life. Every day feels like Friday. And I'd love for you to come and join us. Ask your consultant a little bit more about it, or she can share a video with you, and we'd love to hear, what do you think are your top 5 advantages that you hear about having a Mary Kay business? Bye, you guys.